Hi, I'm LDS in Medium, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to try to bring religion and spirituality closer together, and this is what this pod is all about. I will talk about my own thoughts and feelings as I am both LDS and have spiritual gifts, something that I've had my whole life, but I always thought that it was hard to combine these gifts with my religion. This has torn me into two directions, and I have talked to many people who feel the same way. I can't choose not to have my spiritual gifts, but I can choose how I use them. And I always want to use them for good and to help others. I believe my heavenly parents gave them to me for a reason. So, this is me. Join my quest for knowledge.
Men vs. Women, Chapter 13, Part 2. So last time we started up with this chapter, The 5 Ways to Great Sex, in the book Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage by Mark Unger. We only got to the first key, which was number 5, and that was romance. If you haven't listened to that episode, do that before you continue. So now we're going to key number 4, which is foreplay. Mark starts off with the chapter with the Song of Solomon and his interpretation of what is written there. Buy the book and read it. It's been so much fun so far. I'll just say, as a woman, I like foreplay. Why? Because it sets up the stage, so to speak. Mark writes, "This is best expressed through flirting. To flirt is to be playfully romantic with sexual overtures. Who doesn't like that first stage of getting to know one another, where flirting is part of the feeling each other out, so to speak? The little tug of war, pull some and let go and see what happens. I know in my youth I enjoyed the game of flirting. It was all so innocent, but still made the heartbeat faster and some butterflies in the stomach." He continues, "Flirting is all about the chase. Flirting builds anticipation. I like music to flirt with and to build anticipation. We need to flirt more even in seasoned relationships." Mark gives a solid advice. He says, "Men, if you want really great sex, make foreplay a 24-hour process." I know your women would love that. Key number 3 is endurance. Here I learned something interesting. Did you know that the average for a man to come is 2 minutes? It's the average, 2 minutes. And for a woman it takes between 7 and 15 minutes. So, if women don't get romance and no foreplay, it's not surprising women go through life never experiencing orgasm. And especially as part of a church community where you don't speak of this. How and where will you learn stuff like this? Had I not bought this book, I would still be in the land of ignorance. I shouldn't complain. My marriage didn't entirely fall apart because of sex. We had lots of other issues. I just found that information interesting because I've heard similar stories in my friend circle. So, we need to do something to even out those numbers. Mark says, if we women want our men to last longer, they need to practice more. So having sex more often might help with this, if steps romance and foreplay is used first to set the mood. Key number 2 is privacy, and how sometimes we women use our kids as a shield not to have sex, because they can come in and disturb. So, get a lock on the door, easily fixed. But seriously, we women, tend to want privacy to be able to surrender completely in the act of making love, to be vulnerable. And it is important for our men to understand that deep need inside of us. Safety is one of the women's biggest needs, and especially in the bedroom with the one we let into ourselves. Key number 1 is exclusivity. God created Adam and Eve and told them to multiply. In that act, they became one. Becoming one in flesh, and spirit, and breath is powerful. It's surrendering to each other, and in that space, there should be no room for anyone else. Porn addiction destroys this, but also dragging other people into the marriage also destroys this. In a marriage, there are 2, and if we want to invite someone else, it should be God. So, as a quick summary, the 5 keys to great sex according to Mark Unger are romance, foreplay, endurance, privacy, and exclusivity. I've really liked reading this chapter. I wish we talked more openly about these subjects. I like the way Mark writes about it. It doesn't feel ugly or shameful. It feels intriguing and empowering. And I think that is what God wants for us. But this power must be used in the right setting, inside marriage, to be the most potent and powerful gift for us. I am signing out now. Be the light, share the light, spread the light, and shine.
This is my journey. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Please download, like, share, and subscribe, and help spread the light and spread the word to expand our community. Let's bring more love, peace, and unity to this world. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Always be grateful, kind, and loving. Be brave and remember to step out of your comfort zone and smile. If you support us on Patreon, you will get access to our meditations and extra materials so you can download them as MP3. Also, we now have a Facebook group, which you can access from our Facebook community. Please answer the questions as you apply to participate. It will be a safe haven where we can keep discussing religion and spirituality, our spiritual gifts, and self-development. Remember, one person can make a difference, but together we can change the world.